pouring style design, and this one is going to be M&M's. So I have a little M&M packet and then M&M's that are pouring all over the nail. There are so many colors in this video. It is just so like classic, bright, colorful, delicious looking nail. And I know, do you like M&M's?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. She really likes M&M's. Even though I try really hard to keep us away from food coloring, M&M's just seem to persevere because there's something special about them. So I hope you guys love this design as much as I do. And don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well. We're going to begin with an overlay of a milky white acrylic in the background. And the reason to do a white acrylic background instead of a cover pink or, a color of background is that the little tiny dots of acrylic that I sculpted for my M&Ms are going to show up better on a white background than any other color. After that's done, file it into shape, then drill a hole in the center, or, in the center of the tip for where your wire will go through for your pouring M&Ms. Then on a silicone mat, I'm going to paint a rectangle of brown gel polish. One coat is really all that's needed here. Hopefully your polish will be, opaque enough after one coat, but you don't want to do too many or it won't be very bendy. But then once that's done, I'm going to take some white gel paint and I'm going to be painting a little oval, kind of off to one side or on the lower part of your rectangle. What you want to do is half of it's going to be blank, and that's for the back of your M&M bag, and then the other half is the front of the M&M bag. So when you're doing your little design, you want to try to really keep it contained to one side. After you have the white oval, start filling it in with circles of yellow, red, green, blue, and orange for all of the colors of M&M. I know that there are also brown M&Ms, but because the background is brown, you can just leave a couple spots empty, and then that will fill in where the brown ones would be. So if you just have a couple spots here and there that don't have any other color, that is fine. So just keep adding all of your little specks of M&M. And then once you're happy with all of their placement, that white oval that I originally did will need to probably get cleaned up a little bit. It won't be perfect anymore, but that is just fine. You can go through and clean it up later if need be or when need be. So then we've got our orange, and if you started with yellow and by the time you got done with it you figure out that most of your yellow ones got covered up, you can always add another yellow one to the top, or whichever color seems to be needing some more representation. So I went through and I just added a little bit more yellow. Once all of that has been cured, then I'm going to just add a little bit of a shade around my oval. So I'm going to go with some diluted black gel polish. So just take some gel polish and mix in some top coat and give it just a little bit more of a foggy effect, so it's not quite so vivid and intense of a black. And then with your white gel paint again, we're going to be painting a bubble letter version of the M&M's logo. So when you're looking at a bag of M&M's, there's like a white outline around the lettering. So that is what we're doing here. So it's not as, thin and dainty of a text as the actual logo that you think of would be. So there's the first M and here's the second M. As you can see, the bottom of these don't have the little like individual pieces of the letter, just one straight line right across the bottom. And you are covering up quite a few of those M&Ms that you took and painted, which, is the nature of the beast. And it's a little disappointing to see all that hard work get painted over. But if you, didn't try to cover up the whole thing, you'd probably end up with some spaces that were lacking. Then don't forget to add the little bubble for the apostrophe S. And then after that's been cured, you're going to take either brown gel polish or brown gel paint, whichever one that you'd like to use. And we're going to be filling in our lettering with that color. So you're going to take, and whatever it is, it should be very close to the same color as your background gel polish or the same color. So if you use gel paint for the background, use that same one. Gel polish, use gel polish. But we're going to fill in our lettering with, and this is where it gets a little bit more exact. And we're going to add all the little details. So there's our M. The next thing we're going to do is the second M. So start with the bigger things and then fill in the smaller ones afterwards. So instead of doing the M and then the ampersands and then the M apostrophe S, like if you were just writing it out, do both M's and then fill in either with the ampersands or the apostrophe S after that. And flash cure, especially if you're using gel polish, after you do each letter so that you don't have a chance of that color spreading out. So then you've got both M's are done now. Flash cure that again. And then go back through. I'm going to do my apostrophe S. And if you wanted to, it probably wouldn't have been a bad idea to do your apostrophe and flash cure that too before you moved on to your ampersands. So then we're going to do that last little bit just like so. There isn't much to it. After that has all been fully cured, we're going to be taking some black gel paint and adding just a few lines around the letters here and there to define them. These are little low light lines. It isn't an outline around each letter fully. It's just a little bit. And if you look at the logo, you can can see those little black lines that really make it stand up and make it look a little bit more defined than if it weren't there. So just go through and add those along the bottom of the white bubble letters and then within on the brown lettering itself. So once you have all of those finished off, all of those little outlines done, then you can apply a very thin top coat, or a very thin layer of top coat over this. I'm using the Madam Glam top coat, as well as most of the gel colors I was using were Madam Glam as well, and I'll put links, or I'll put all the color names in the description box below. But that one is just really flexible, so then when you go and peel it off, it's easily able to be folded into the shape of the little packet of M&Ms. So after I have that done, I'm going to trim my little M&M bag into a nice smooth rectangle shape, get rid of any extra gel if there is any, and then gently fold it. And if it's still a little bit too big on one side, you can trim it again. But then we're going to glue two of those edges shut. So we're going to basically have one end of your little M&M bag open and then the rest of those pieces all shut. Then glue a piece of wire into the hole that's in the nail that you drilled with your E-file previously. And just hold that till the glue grabs. And then you're going to glue the other end of your wire into the M&M's bag. So just have that there and just hold that. And then once that seems nice and secure, apply a little bit more of that nail glue to the bottom of your wire and then hold your M&M bags up to it. So on a nail form backing, we're going to be sculpting all of our little M&Ms with acrylic. So all you have to do is take the tiniest amount of monomer on your brush and grab beads of brown, orange, yellow, red, green, and blue, and make a little grid of M&M shapes on your nail form backing. Once you have all of those colors made of your little M&Ms, then you're going to just mix them up in a cup so that they are randomized, and then you're going to apply a layer of jewelry gel over the wire and then over the entire nail. And then a layer of matte top coat over the background of the nail. Don't worry about the wire, just really focus on the nail for that. And then pick up those little pieces of your little M&M mix and you're going to set them down and press them into that wire, or onto the wire into the wet gel. And spread them out. Like I said before, you want the colors to be kind of random. You don't want to have just a whole bunch of yellow ones in one spot and then blue somewhere else and green somewhere else. You want them to be kind of mixed up. And once you have pretty much the whole wire covered, you're going to be spreading out whichever ones you have left over the nail. And if you have more space even after that, if you either want to or you didn't make enough M&Ms, whatever, you can also add in some rhinestones that are in those colors too. I decided to. I thought that added a nice extra texture to it and just gave the whole nail a little bit more movement since those rhinestones stuck up a bit higher than the sculpted M&Ms and they also caught the light. And then once you're happy with all of this and you're happy with the placement of your rhinestones and your M&Ms and everything else, then you can go ahead and cure this nail one final time. One thing I haven't mentioned about doing these types of nails is when you have that jewelry gel that's surrounding the wire in all angles, you may want to cure the nail twice, once kind of facing the right and then once tipped a little bit and facing the left to make sure that all the gel gets cured. But then that is it. This nail is all done. I hope you guys love it. I love making food related nail art. It always makes me hungry, but it is so rewarding and it's just so much fun to make little miniatures and challenge yourself to make something teeny tiny. So I hope you guys love it and don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well. Bye!